The highest echelon of the criminal organization that operates in the shadows has just been penetrated, which affects the entire network of thieves. Every single conversation that these criminals have had with one another has been tapped and recorded by the authorities. Their phones, their messages, and their emails have all been monitored by the authorities while they have been methodically developing this case. A law enforcement official who is committed to doing the right thing has meticulously tracked down and disclosed the whole paper trail of their operations, including all of their transactions, all of their plans, and all of their cover-ups. Each and every detail has been meticulously recorded and collected into a secure container. For the divine feminine energy to see, the truth about this group of thieves is being exposed for all to see. Everything that they believed to be concealed will suddenly be utilized against them in the most conclusive manner that is accessible. It is only a matter of time before the barriers come crumbling down, which is what happens when justice and corruption come into contact with one another. The wheels of the universe have begun to revolve, and now is the moment when everything that was done in the shadows is about to explode into the light. You have been selected for this course of action from the very beginning of time. Your name was already recorded in the Book of Truth when the stars were still in the process of creating in the heavens in the beginning. Both of these things are neither a coincidence or a random occurrence. In front of your very eyes, this is the unfolding of destiny. From the very beginning, your foundation was never in any way susceptible to their assaults, not even for a single second. Higher forces, which are ancient and powerful beyond human comprehension, surrounded you with protection that was so impenetrable, so magnificently constructed, and so divinely engineered that their weapons literally disintegrated before touching your energetic aura. This occurred while they were conspiring and plotting in rooms that were dark and having conversations that were kept secret. Did it occur to you that their attempts to destroy you, one after the other, were unsuccessful for some unexplainable reason? What were the circumstances that changed at the very last second in a way that defied any kind of rational explanation? What caused the most catastrophic threats to disappear just as they were about to be completed? That was not a case of luck. It was not a combination of events. That was the heavenly shield that was activated around your existence, and it responded with flawless precision to every threat that was launched against you. Those individuals who attempted to mimic your gifts, who attempted to steal your essence, and who attempted to copy your energy have been tremendously unsuccessful. You are unable to replicate what originates from the source. It is impossible to create something that is divinely genuine. It has been revealed that their imitations are hollow containers that are attempting to transmit precious water through the world. Have you noticed that you became more powerful as a result of the negative energy that they sent on you? How were you able to overcome obstacles that were supposed to break you, but instead showed abilities that you were unaware you possessed? As a result of this cosmic alchemy, assaults are transformed into advancements, poison into force, and wounds into wisdom. These transformations are only possible for those who have been really selected. You did not speak a word as they continued to promote their myths. During the time that they were attempting to destroy your reputation, you preserved your dignity. While they were causing havoc, you maintained your composure. This restraint was not a sign of weakness, but rather of wisdom. The universe was keeping a close eye on the situation, chronicling it and perfecting its answer. You are not here by accident. If you feel the pull, the knowing deep inside that you are chosen, this is your moment. Click the super thank you button and give $50 or more to unlock deeper insights, exclusive content, and a path that aligns with your divine purpose. This isn't just a contribution, it's a declaration, a step toward who you were meant to be. Answer the call, walk with us, and step fully into your destiny. Your journey begins now. All of the individuals who have formed coalitions against you are now turning against one another. Due to the fact that their conversations betray their genuine motives, their cohesive front begins to fall apart. They are now turning their envy toward one another, which is what motivated them to pursue you in the first place. They have developed a toxin that is now going back to where it originated. Their nightmares have started with them. As the cosmic justice draws near, they are unable to fall asleep. Various scenarios of exposure are running through their heads. They may feel the consequences of their acts in their body. Their spirits receive a sensation that the reckoning is drawing near. It is not a matter of imagination. Rather, it is a manifestation of global law. Everything you send back to you is amplified. All of the messages that were sent intending to conspire against you have been saved. Every single communication that was aimed at plotting your ruin has been recorded. It has been documented that every attempt to alter the truth has been made. Despite their belief that the paper trail had been removed, it is still present on airplanes that they are unable to access or destroy. A few individuals were motivated by jealousy that was so acute that it skewed their view. Others followed in their footsteps because they lacked the bravery to stand out for what was right. In addition, there were those who participated out of avarice, with the intention of acquiring what was properly yours. At this moment, each and every one of them is confronted with the repercussions of their decisions as their community of lies collapses from within. They believed that those in positions of authority were being exploited, and they have been gathering information in silence. They were under the impression that they were in control of computer systems that were tracking their every move. Their supporters, on whom they relied, are abandoning them as their ship continues to sink. There is no longer any place to conceal oneself from what they have themselves woven together. There is a trustworthy authority figure standing by, ready to present mountains of evidence. Because they are in the right place, at the right time, this individual has been divinely directed to unearth all that others have been attempting to conceal. It is impossible to bribe, threaten, or manipulate them because of their unwavering dedication to the truth. Even though they may have never laid eyes on you before, they are familiar with you. They are unable to articulate the reasons behind their sense of obligation to bring about justice. All of this is the result of cosmic orchestration. Documents that had been concealed for some reason have been discovered. Unknown circumstances have led to the recovery of evidence that had been removed. For some unexplainable reason, witnesses who had been silenced have rediscovered their voices. Paper traces that were before concealed have now become transparent for some reason. At the moment when divine timing is activated, the mysterious becomes plain. Some members of the criminal community believed that their technical expertise could shield them from harm. They put their faith in their systems, their encryptions, and the ways they used to conceal information. The fact that technology cannot trump truth was something that they failed to comprehend. The intervention of God cannot be stopped by any firewall. It is impossible for a password to guard against cosmic justice. They exchanged messages in what they believed to be a secure environment, but now those messages are available for inspection. It is now possible to use the plans that they prepared, which assumed privacy, as evidence for prosecution. They believed that no one else would hear the words that they shouted, but now Those words are reverberating through the halls of authority. There is nothing that can be concealed once the time for its exposed state arrives. All that is taken away from you will come back to you doubled. After being misdirected, resources are finally flowing back with interest. Presenting themselves with a higher potential are opportunities that were before blocked. Damaged relationships are now able to recover with a more profound connection. As a result, attacks on reputation now shine with a more genuine authenticity. One can say that this is the worldwide law of compensation, which operates with absolute accuracy. That which was taken by means of deception is brought back by means of truth. Through authenticity, what was taken through manipulation is returned to the original owner. With the help of divine intervention, what had been obstructed by jealousy is now restored. The group of thieves made an attempt to construct their foundation by utilizing various elements that were taken from your future. At this moment, their structure is falling apart, while yours is rising up stronger than it has ever been. It is not possible to permanently redirect the financial resources that are intended for your journey. It is not possible for other people to permanently possess property that was bought specifically for your use. It is impossible to permanently obstruct opportunities that are in alignment with your destiny. What was wrongfully taken is redistributed according to cosmic law, which guarantees this. Have you noticed that unexpected resources began to arrive just when they were required? Is it possible that mysterious financial provision may arrive at crucial moments? What are the chances of unexpected opportunities appearing out of nowhere? There is still a long way to go before the major restoration is complete. The next thing that happens will leave no room for debate regarding the power that is guarding your path. By remaining patient throughout this process, you are not merely waiting, rather, you are actively participating in the timing of the cosmos. While it seemed as though you were doing nothing, there were forces that were orchestrating all that was going on. Your confidence in this procedure has sped up the process's progression. As a result of your confidence in justice that cannot be seen, it has arrived. You didn't stumble here by accident. You were led. If something in your spirit is stirring, don't ignore it. Tap Join to access exclusive content, prophetic insights, and a community of purpose-driven souls. This isn't just a membership. It's your moment of alignment. Step into who you were born to be. Welcome to the Chosen. In this moment in time, we find ourselves at a pivotal crossroads where the forces of light and darkness are engaged in their ultimate fight. A reflection of this broader cosmic conflict can be found in your own existence. The events that take place in your life carry importance that you are unable to fully comprehend. In areas that you are not yet able to perceive, the justice that you receive establishes a precedent. You were the target of such vicious attacks because of this reason. Because of this, the opposition appeared to be very well organized. This was the reason why the difficulties appeared to be so daunting. Those that operate from darkness noticed your light before you really did, and your destiny bears weight that extends beyond yourself. In reality, the sense of urgency that you are experiencing in your veins is not anxiety, but rather activation. There is no stress in the pressure that you feel. Rather, it is preparation. Rather from being a form of punishment, the intensity that you feel is a form of cleansing. Your entire being is undergoing a process of calibration in preparation for what lies ahead, for the purpose that you were designed to accomplish during this significant time. There are no mistakes that the cosmos makes in the choices that it makes. The reason you were selected is because something in your individual energy signature, Your special soul blueprint and your one-of-a-kind frequency pattern is precisely what is required at this critical moment. Your significance is demonstrated by the attacks that have been made against you. It is the resistance that substantiates your significance. Something fundamental and strong about you was recognized by the community of thieves, and it is possible that you are still discovering some things about yourself. They could see promise in you that you have not yet completely claimed. They were concerned about the power that you had not fully accepted. You are still maturing into your destiny, but they sensed it. Because of their opposition, you were forced to build strength that you otherwise would not have discovered, and you were compelled to access depths that you may not have explored if you had not been subjected to this pressure. Their opposition became the unanticipated catalyst that forced your evolution. Their assaults served a cosmic goal that they had no intention of achieving, which was to accelerate you. Be sure to pay great attention to what is expected of you at this very moment. Maintain your authenticity with unwavering resolve. You should not reduce your light in order to make other people feel more at ease. When you want to make deception feel comfortable, you should not reduce your truth. If you want to allow mediocrity, you should not lower your standards. Your presence, which is unyielding, generates the essential pressure for transformation in the environment around you. Blessed by His grace? Click Super Thank You and give $20 to spread His light. Your gift plants seeds that grow His kingdom. Be the blessing. Don't let your attention wander. As justice draws nearer, there will be an increase in distractions. Increased efforts will be made to divert your attention as the time of exposure draws closer. The process of revelation quickens as a result of your focused awareness. Whatever it is that you persistently concentrate on will grow in manifestation. Always speak the truth with complete and utter assurance. The vibrational influence of your words extends beyond the realm of physical hearing, echoing in new dimensions that you are not yet able to experience. You are able to establish powerful pathways for the manifestation of truth in the physical reality that you speak when you speak the truth. Maintaining the integrity of your energetic field and preventing corruption from entering your reality are both accomplished when you choose to remain silent rather than express words that are not true. The truth that you speak from your mouth becomes the reality that you feel. Authentic assertions are met with manifestations from the universe, which serve to validate the spiritual authority of your spirit. Prepare for intervention from the supernatural. What was previously unthinkable is now feasible. What was previously improbable is now assured, and the delay is now immediate. Make sure that your mind is ready for events that cannot be explained using traditional methods. The events that are to come will not adhere to typical patterns or dates that might be anticipated. Let go of your past without forgetting. Let go of whatever emotional attachment you may have to wrongs that have been perpetrated against you, while preserving complete awareness regarding what took place. You are liberated from the energetic connection to those who have wronged you when you forgive them. Keeping in mind prevents patterns from being repeated. As a result of this well-rounded strategy, you will remain both protected and liberated. Get what is rightfully yours. A false sense of humility is not beneficial to the divine design. When the process of healing begins, you should accept it with self-assurance, understanding that it is not the result of human kindness, but rather of cosmic justice. The things that come back to you are not a gift, but rather a form of restitution that is due to you. Honoring the process of divine rebalancing is accomplished through receiving with conviction. Every transaction has been documented in the system. We have kept a record of every single financial maneuver. Each and every effort to redirect resources has been meticulously documented. The preservation of every effort to manipulate systems has been maintained. The paper trail can be found in numerous dimensions, and those who have the authority to divulge it can access it. Those individuals who falsified documents are now discovering that the very documents they forged are becoming evidence against them. Those individuals who falsified records are now aware that those manipulations reflect their inherent guilt. Those individuals who were responsible for the destruction of evidence are only now becoming aware that their actions were recorded. It is impossible for anything to escape the cosmic ledger, which records every deed in an impeccable manner. It appears that the trustworthy authority figure has been supernaturally directed to locate just what was required. Suddenly, doors that ought to have remained locked unlocked for no apparent reason. Suddenly, files that ought to have remained concealed surfaced for no apparent reason. Those individuals who ought to have remained silent spoke in a mysterious manner. When the divine purpose is activated, the mysterious transforms into a methodical process. As time has progressed, organizations that appeared to be impregnable have revealed their vulnerabilities. An unexpected level of integrity has been demonstrated by systems that appeared to be beyond repair, corrupted. A surprising amount of bravery is now displayed by individuals who appeared to be compromised. In situations where justice requires manifestation, the divine moves through channels that are not expected. What you would not be able to achieve through your own efforts is being achieved via the orchestration of the cosmos. The exposure that was taking place at this time required resources that were beyond the capabilities of any single person. It was necessary for the unfolding revelation to have authority that was greater than what any one person could claim. Collective divine intervention that is carried out with absolute accuracy is what we are witnessing now. The distinction between real and fraudulent, genuine and counterfeit, divinely sanctioned and humanly manufactured is becoming increasingly clear. This separation is occurring in a permanent manner. Those who have aligned themselves against you are being identified by their own words, branded by their own choices, and marked by the acts that they have conducted themselves. There will be certain individuals who have participated in the thieving community who will suddenly become aware of their mistake. They will have an understanding of the depth of their error, and their hearts will experience the weight of the betrayal they have committed. It is possible for these individuals to be redeemed if they express true regret and then confess their actions in their entirety. Despite the growing body of evidence against them, some people continue to be resolute and continue to engage in dishonesty. These individuals are not subjected to increasing pressure as a form of punishment, but rather as a required catalyst. In order for certain vessels to undergo change, they must first be subjected to extreme heat. It is not that their resistance prevents justice from coming, but rather that it makes its arrival more intense. The separation that is taking place now brings an end to cycles of confusion, which were environments in which truth and lies coexisted. Authentic and false were mixed together, and light and darkness were merged together. Unmistakable distinctions between what conveys divine support and what functions from human deception are the means by which clarity is achieved. You have experienced feelings of conflict between knowing the truth and having doubts about yourself when that fact was disputed by other people. Now comes the conclusion of this internal split. The absence of uncertainty is replaced by certainty. Confidence triumphs over confusion, and clarity eliminates uncertainty. Because what you sensed on the inside unfolds on the outside. Your inner knowledge is precisely in sync with the revelation that you receive from the outside. In the wake of this cosmic justice, something develops that goes beyond simple restoration. Everything that emerges from these ashes is superior to what was there before. Everything that comes to fruition as a result of this supernatural intervention goes beyond anything you could have imagined. The fresh beginning includes components that you have not yet made up your mind about. The restoration of resources brings with it the process of multiplication. Restoring opportunities carries with it the opportunity for expansion. Deeper dimensions are developed via the healing of relationships. The amount of what is being restored is directly equal to the rise in your capacity to receive. This process has resulted in the expansion of the container of your consciousness, which now contains a greater amount of blessing. Individuals that acknowledge the presence of a divine hand in this circumstance identify themselves with the path that you are following. Individuals who carry out their actions in accordance with genuine truth cultivate new connections. New partnerships are formed with those who have a deep regard for the ideals of the cosmos. The mutual awareness of a higher goal is the foundation upon which supportive communities are built. A divine realignment results in the formation of ideal pairings. You are now supported in your growth by systems that were once against you. The structures that were before impeding your progress are now facilitating your advancement. Your participation is now being sought after by organizations that previously did not include you. When you experience the big reversal, opposition is transformed into assistance, and your world is fully reoriented by cosmic justice. Your active participation is required for this fresh beginning. What kinds of returns need to be managed appropriately? Whatever materializes must be directed in a righteous manner. Whatever emerges is something that must be fostered on purpose. The transformation of restoration into long-lasting reformation is accomplished by your conscious cooperation with cosmic justice. The reverberation of your vindication can be felt throughout the vastness of the cosmos as it strikes through several realms. Through your healing, a profound precedent is established in realms that are beyond the sphere of physical sight, in planes of reality where more significant wars are happening. Through your progress, you are proclaiming truth that reverberates across eternity, causing ripples that hit beaches that you are not yet able to see directly. Anything that takes place in your circumstances bears importance that is tenfold greater than what you currently comprehend. In addition to affecting the collective consciousness and spiritual awakening on a scale that is yet concealed from your perception, the cosmic significance of your own justice reaches far beyond the scope of your individual experience. It is now time for the adversaries of truth who targeted you to face judgment without the ability to appeal. Those powers of deception that were working against you are now facing exposure, which they are unable to avert. The agents of jealousy who assaulted you are now in the position of experiencing consequences that they are unable to avoid. The operation of divine justice is carried out with accuracy, and it affects each individual participant in accordance with their acts. Throughout this process, your lack of movement was not a sign of inaction, but rather of strategic placement. Your silence was not a sign of weakness, but rather of supreme self-control. Your patience was not a sign of inactivity, but rather of perfect compliance with the schedule of the cosmos. All of the actions and inactions that you took and did not do contributed specifically to this moment of enlightenment. Those in positions of authority who are divinely sent to bring about justice experience a supernatural motive that they are unable to explain.